All right, hello everybody. Welcome back to my channel. If you haven't been here before, I'm Kelsey. There's so many granola recipes out there that are so much better than the alternative of just buying store-bought granola that has tons and tons of extra unnecessary sugar in it. So today I'm going to show you one of my favorites. It does involve oats, which you can substitute out for more nuts if you are trying to go low carb. I enjoy having oats in my granola just because they are an excellent source of carbs, and carbs are fuel for workouts. Super simple and easy recipe. We're just going to start by putting all the ingredients in. We start with the dry ingredients and then we'll add the wet ingredients in. I will preheat my oven as well to 350 so that we can get that heated up so we can add the granola in when we finish. So what I like to do is just lay out everything that I'm going to need first. So you'll need 3 different measuring cups as well as a measuring cup for the oats, but I already have the oats in the measuring cup. So you'll need a half cup, a third cup, and a fourth cup, as well as a half teaspoon and a teaspoon. Then as you see, I do have the oats already measured out. You'll need a cup and a half. You'll also have the cinnamon and sea salt for flavoring. We have walnuts, almonds sliced, flaxseed, coconut flakes. You can also use shredded coconut. I just like the chunks that the flakes provide. And then we'll also have our wet ingredients. So we have coconut oil, maple syrup, and vanilla. And then a nice mixing bowl to fit everything in there with a big old spoon. So we're just gonna start by adding all of the dry ingredients in. I have my oats all measured out here, a cup and a half. So we're gonna add those on in. Next up, I'll add my nuts in. So I just get the Simple Truth nuts from Meijer or Kroger. So make sure they are pieces unless you are going to cut them up on your own or smash them up on your own. So I'm gonna do about a third cup of walnuts. You can also substitute in for pecans or a different nut of your choice. And then I have these sliced almonds. You can also do chopped almonds as well. So we'll do also a third cup of these. Next, we are going to add in a half cup of coconut flakes. Again, I use flakes just for the extra crunch. You can totally do shredded coconut instead if you would like to. We're gonna add in a half cup here because I love coconut and I think it just gives a really great taste to the granola. Again, I am in no way, shape, or form a professional baker, so I have coconuts flying all over the place right now. But also, I'm just one of those people as I cook. Next, we're gonna add in our, I guess you'd say spices, but sea salt and cinnamon. I do about 2 teaspoons of cinnamon. I rarely measure out cinnamon because I just love cinnamon, but for the case of this video, I will. So we're gonna get 2 teaspoons in here. And if you aren't a huge cinnamon person, you can do less cinnamon if you would like. And then we're just gonna go with some sea salt to taste. This is the coarse sea salt, so it's not ground up. If you want to use ground up, that is also an option. But I'm just gonna kind of get that all in there. And again, it's to taste. So if you're a huge sweet and salty person, add more salt as needed. And then we're gonna get that all nice and mixed up. So just getting that nice dry ingredient mix going. And next, we're gonna add in our wet ingredients. So we're gonna start with a 4th cup of coconut oil. This will also help the granola stick together when we cook it. So that oozed over a little bit. So 4th cup of coconut oil, and then we'll add in, sorry, my cats are hissing in the background, love that. 4th cup of maple syrup. And last, we're gonna add in this vanilla. Make sure it's real vanilla and not vanilla extract as well. There's just so much more flavor in real vanilla, especially when you cook it up. So got that all in there, and we're gonna give it one more big mix. And I almost forgot the most, well, not the most important part. Another dry ingredient that's literally sitting right in front of me. So one other measuring spoon you'll need is a tablespoon. I obviously don't do this very often, but we're gonna do 3 tablespoons of flaxseed. So make sure it is the whole ones. I got this at Trader Joe's. There's also great ones at that Bob's Original does. I've had those before, so these are a really good way to incorporate omega-3s, and it also provides a nice crunch to the granola in addition. So give it another stir. Oh my gosh, it smells so good. The mix of vanilla, cinnamon, and coconut is just incredible. And again, I love this recipe because it's really easy to mix and match. So if you don't want to do maple syrup, you could always do like agave or honey. So there's just a lot of great different substitutes that you can do here. Taste it to obviously make sure it tastes good. So we got this all mixed up. Next we're gonna do is put it onto the baking sheet. Down the parchment paper. Now all we're gonna do is dump that on. I'll scoop up the rest of it in a second. And you're just gonna basically, as well as I can, spread that out so that it's a single layer, so that you can make sure that each piece is getting cooked. So I'm gonna lay that out. It's really hard to do one-handed and with my left hand, so I'll get back to you in a sec. So as you can see, it's all nice and patted down in that single layer. So what we're gonna do now is bring it over to the oven. I'm gonna go bottom rack. And we're gonna go for about 12 minutes and I'll check on it halfway through. So the reason I'm gonna check on the granola halfway through is to make sure that it's all being thoroughly cooked. So I'll kind of give it a little mix with a spatula and make sure that all pieces are being baked evenly, so that we don't get any burning of the granola as we go. And then when we take it out, we'll let it rest for a little bit so it can kind of harden up, and we'll see where it goes. So I'll catch back up with you at about 6 minutes. I also have the cutest little helper, Oats, in here helping me make the granola. Don't worry, I'm not touching him while I'm making the granola, but he's a cute guy and a really good helper, huh? Are you a good helper? Say yeah. Imperfect baker here. I did let it go a little over halfway. However, I'm still trying to get used to my oven here, and I am gonna guess that I'm gonna have to cook this a little bit longer than 12 minutes, but I'm just kind of mixing it around, as you can see, making sure that we're getting a nice even layer again. And I'm just about 3.5 minutes, so I'm gonna add a little bit more time to it. Probably add another 2 minutes, and we'll go from there. While the granola is baking, make sure to do your dishes. So it's the perfect amount of time. Just do the dishes that you dirtied during the granola recipe, and then you don't have to worry about it after granola is done. All right, so this is a really important step. When you take it out of the oven, make sure to not move it at all. So you want to make sure that it just stays in this nice sheet on the pan. The reasoning behind this is so that it kind of clumps. That coconut oil is going to help it clump up on there. So it's getting there nice and hardened up, so it's not clumping as well as I was as it normally does, or as well as I was hoping this time, but be really good to top yogurt with in the parfait, or put over an acai bowl. And then I will container it up in an airtight container and save it for whenever I want to throw it on some yogurt or acai bowl, like I said. All right, so that is all I have for you today. Thank you so much for watching this video for homemade granola. If you have other requests for things you would like me to make or videos you would like to see, please put them down in the comments below and I'll make sure to start working on them. Other than that, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.